I'm a Mindafant. I'm at the grocery store, bawling my eyes out, doing everything in my power not to call Jim, not to call my kids. I even text my mom, but I don't want to be needy to her either. I gotta figure out how to do this on my own. I'm bawling my eyes out, regretting my decision to leave Jim, and my brain is at odds with myself because I know there's good reasons why I left him. I've got over 1,200 videos to prove it to myself if I'm ever in doubt, and that usually shuts my brain up. I've been sitting all day, yesterday and today. Didn't move in at all because of being sick. So I pushed myself to walk to the grocery store. So I just walked all the way down here. And now my apartment's right over there. Hi. It's pretty close by and it's pretty well lit. So it feels really safe. It's like the only place I can go on a walk to and feel safe doing it. Oh, to answer your question, my birthday is Tuesday, April 20th. 420, baby. I wonder if I can get the shopping cart inside here. Oh, no, they did that on purpose. Now I've got to carry all these bags by myself. I'm a bad tenant, grocery store customer, but I got too much food. I got some single serving TV dinners. I got some tortilla chips so I could melt some cheese. I got some cereal. Strawberries was buy 4 for $5. That's a great deal. So I bought some Ziploc bags so I can put them away in the freezer. I even bought some pickles. But I can't carry all this with my freaking hurt hand, my hurt hips, and my hurt knee, and I can't push the cart to the... I got this, but I gotta let you go. I'll talk to you later. Yay! I had people help me. There was the 2 ladies walking together, and they saw me. Oh, they were gaining. Okay, let me scroll over. There was 2 ladies walking through the apartments behind me, and they were gaining quickly on me, and there's only one space for the walkway. So I scooted aside and let them pass me. And then I said, go ahead, I'm going way slower than you guys. And they said, no, that's okay, do you want help? And they saw me and they saw how much I was struggling. And I go, oh, no. And they go, no, seriously, we can help you. Where are you going? And I'm like, over there, way over there, you know. And so 2 ladies helped me that work. They both work at the grocery store. That's why they looked familiar to me. I said, you look familiar. They go, we both work at the grocery store. I go, oh, that makes sense. And they helped me take my stuff all the way to my door. And then I brought it in 1 bag at a time. Now my food is done cooking in the microwave. I got a chicken parmesan with rotini pasta. So now we're gonna see if it's done. Yummy. My back is killing me. My hand is killing me. I'm gonna let you go. My battery's almost dead. Love you. Bye.
You are hot stuff, Mama. You're so good. I mean, if I had been feeling sick, walk to the store, I don't even barely walk to the car. But you did so good. I'm so glad you didn't send that message. But, oh my gosh, don't beat yourself up, girl. You love that man. You're addicted to that man. You're trauma bonded to that man. He is your children's father. You've lived with him for, I think you said 15 years? Duh, you want to call him. Duh, you feel lonely. But you're overcoming it. You're doing it. You chose to do something constructive. You went and got groceries, and you reached out to your mama, and I'm amazed about you walking when you didn't feel good already. Yay for your sister sending you meds. I love you, thinking of you, sending you hugs and support. Mama Mindafant out.
Thank you, Mama Mindafant. Yeah, I was very tempted last night to go talk to him. I went to bed about 11:30, midnight, something like that, and woke up about 4:30 this morning. I couldn't go back to bed, so I got on my phone and my Facebook and Amazon shopping. Like, I haven't bought anything, but I keep trying to distract my brain. My brain wants to run over to his place and crawl in his bed before the kids get up. But then my neighbors would know that I'm there, and my kids would eventually find out that I was there, and then I know that I was there, and then Jim would know that I was there, and then me and Jim would go right back to being confused again. I just saw the pictures of him on St. Patrick's Day night, and it made me so mad. I didn't see him before. It didn't come up on my timeline, but they're on his timeline, and I went to his timeline, and the girl that's talking crap about me to him got her claws digged into him, and he's posting shit about the two of them being really good friends, and he's tagged in it, so my friends and family will see it too if they're friends with him. It's like, I'm being really careful about not tagging. I'm being really careful about who can see what I say about him, because I'm not going to talk crap about him to his family or his friends. So only a few people can see what I'm posting about him. But when someone posts to my timeline about him, I've got to be careful about that too. And then he is completely, blatantly, basically saying that he's hanging out with women. On one of the comments, it's only one comment actually, there's somebody named Lisa that says, "Thanks for hanging out," and then with a kissy face, and I was all, what? Like, I didn't know about this girl, right? Her name's Lisa. And I click on it, and it goes to this page of this profile, and this woman doesn't look like a woman. She looks like a man in drag, and every post that they have up, Facebook says, Lisa updated his profile. Lisa updated his status. You know, I just Jim got flirted with the drag queen on St. Patrick's Day. And because Jim was wearing a kilt, did I tell you about that? Jim was wearing a kilt without underwear, and he swears up and down that Leanne didn't see anything. I bet you this drag queen did. Or maybe the drag queen knew about it. I don't know. Because why else would the drag queen say, "Thanks for hanging out," and then with a kissy face? I'm just cracking up laughing over here. Anyway, how are you doing? How are you and your ditter? My mom calls me her ditter. She calls all her ditters her ditters. Daughter ditter. Yeah, I'm just basically killing time until I fall back asleep rather than running over to Jim's, because that would just confuse everything again. I'll talk to you later. My hand's starting to hurt. Love you. Bye. Oh, let me show you the pictures. Yeah, you see, I'm not intimidated by her. She's not all that pretty. I even think she's older than Jim. Maybe she's about the same age, but like older, like by a year or something. And I guess she's bigger than me, and she's more annoying and more independent, and he's not all that attracted to her, he says. But she's all over him now, isn't she? And I think he likes the attention, and I think if he's desperate enough, he'll take it, whatever she gives him. Because I know that no matter how mad he is at me, if I give him attention, then he likes it. He's desperate enough. So it just makes me kind of sad to see him going out and hanging with other women and letting people post on his timeline while we're trying to go through this separation. Well, I don't give a crap. I'm done with him, right? I'm done with him, right? No, I'm not done with him. I want to be done with him, but I'm not done with him. Brian, my therapist, and I talked about it a lot on Monday and Tuesday, and basically he says it's okay to not know. He says it's part of the pendulum swinging, and he said that I don't have to know right now, and if I keep thinking I have to know, then I'm going to only be upset with myself. So I'm just embracing this whole thing. It's part of the transition. It's like, let's pretend for a second that you're an actor and you're gonna be in the movie of a lifetime, but in order for the movie to be a success, you need to get into prosthetics. You need to get into all this makeup to transform your face, and it's gonna take like 6 hours of makeup every day that you film. And so you get there early in the morning, even though you don't want to get up that early, and you sit in the chair for 6 hours, even though you don't want to get up that early, and sit in the chair for 6 hours, and you're gonna have to have people touching your face, and it's gonna be hot and yucky and gross and ugly and terrible, and you don't want to do it because it sounds terrible and awful, right? But knowing what the outcome is going to be, it's going to be an awesome movie with awesome effects, and it's going to break box office records, and all it took was a little sacrifice of you sitting uncomfortably in a chair for 6 hours, several days, to help you put on this performance. Basically, you've got to sit through the chair and go through the transformation, as comfortable as it is. You're going to be a little bit more accepting of the transformation because you know that it's part of the process, and you know that you're going to come out better on the other side of it. You know that it's going to be over with eventually, and you know that it's going to be an awesome finish, an awesome ta-da. You're not gonna have to be in prosthetics forever. You're not gonna have to do that forever. It's part of the process, part of the process. That's what I keep saying. So that's my analogy for me having attachment issues to Jim, because you're so right. I'm very trauma bonded to him. I've been with him 15 years, and all I've ever known was when I'm sad how to get better, how to get feeling better, and that would be to go to him. And it didn't work every time. Sometimes he didn't help. Sometimes he would laugh at me or ignore me or tell me I was being ridiculous or gaslight me or not help me or blame me for me having issues. Like, just because I sometimes got satisfied from him when I was lonely or sad or upset or something, doesn't mean that he was the end-all be-all of all my problems. No, that's actually half of the reason why I left him. The other half was because he was the reason why I was upset most of the time. Like, he wasn't always... I am an emotional person and I am very sensitive, so when I wasn't upset with him, I was upset anyway, and sometimes he would be helpful in that area and sometimes he wasn't. But when he was upset with me, and then I was upset because he was upset with me, all I had to do was make it right with him, and then I'd feel better. So That right there is an emotional abusive relationship, very manipulative. You know, he got what he wanted by being mad at me. He got what I wanted by tapping into my emotions and toying with me like that. Like, I know he didn't do any of it consciously because he's not that calculated, but he did mess with my head, and I messed with his too. I'm not innocent. I didn't purposely go out and manipulate him and make him dance or perform in a way that I wanted him to. You know what I'm saying? But when you're in a toxic relationship, it's just what you naturally gravitate to, and you don't even know you're doing it until it's done, and you still don't even know you're doing it until you become aware. And so now that I'm aware, I can't knowingly go in there and do the dance or do all the things that we used to do. And every time I try to go back to being, we've never been healthy. Every time I try to start having a healthy relationship with that man, it's like he's addicted to the unhealthiness, and I'm addicted to the unhealthiness, and we just can't do it. I'm sorry. We can't. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be alone, but it's part of the process. I'm not going to have to sit in this chair forever. It's going to be better eventually. And it's only hard now because I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work on myself instead of falling for the habits that I used to do to feel better. I'm having to figure out how to feel better on my own, and that's hard stuff. I don't want to use alcohol as a thing I become dependent on to make me feel better. I don't want to use Marco Polo as the thing I become dependent on, or my children, or even scrolling mindlessly through Facebook every night, you know. So I'm trying to keep doing stuff that is productive, and there's just a lot of time. There's a lot of time after work, you know, and a lot of time I gotta fill. Hopefully with the second job coming up, I'll feel better about my time filling up with productive things, and I'm gonna be okay. And as far as walking to the store, my body was hurting for sitting for too long. If my body doesn't get some sort of movement in, then I can feel it tensing up even more and more and more the longer I sit. So I have to get up and move and stretch my limbs and work my hips, even though it hurts. I gotta do it. It's like, you know, a body in motion tends to stay in motion, and a body at rest tends to stay at rest. And if I stay at rest, I'll become older before I want to be older. So I need to keep moving it so I can keep my body somewhat movable and mobile and self-sufficient. I don't want to not be able to carry my own groceries, you know. But I did get a lot of groceries last night. And yeah, I was sick, not today so much, but yesterday. And so I was not in the mood to walk. Yes, I mean, I'm still talking like it's the same day, but okay. On Monday, I got feeling a little under the weather before bed, and then at midnight I woke up with a fever, and I called my mom. And then on Tuesday I was sick all day and called in, and then Wednesday was technically yesterday, and I was feeling much better, but I was sitting too long, so I wanted to challenge myself to walking as slowly as I needed to walk to the store. And then, yeah. And even just bed exercises, like stretching, like putting my leg up, and then putting it down, bending my leg back. Physical therapy has really taught me a lot about my body, and how if we crank it constantly, if we crank our bodies constantly, then the pain is like doing a lot of reps. But if we just do one slow rep as we can, and we can build up tolerance to that slow rep and then start doing them quicker and quicker, and then walking doesn't have to be so painful. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed now. I think I should go to sleep. I cried a little, I talked a little, I got some off my chest. Thank you for letting me process some stuff. This tends to be my best way of dealing with things, is just talking about it out loud. That's why I have 1,200 video journals. Alright, thank you, I love you. I'll talk to you later.